Hi there, my name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a few things that I'm working on, a thing I've finished and some acquisitions. If that sounds like something you like, stick around and let's have a visit. So, firstly, I've made a pajama top for my friend. I love it. It's just satin. She loves sleeping in satin tops. And I've just done like a peasant top with a bias binding around the neck. And it was very quick and easy to make. The second thing I finished is my pants. I'm going to stand on the chair so you can see them. I have been wanting barrel pants ever since I've seen them the first time on Instagram accounts and stuff like that. So I had a pair of skinny jeans and then I had another pair of skinny jeans that was too small. And there's this lady called Sinclair Scissors and she shows how she did it. And I used kind of her tutorial, but I did my own thing as always. So what I did, the pair that was too small, I cut out a triangle, gave it some pleats, put it into my pants. And I was amazed. The one pair came from South Africa and the other pair I bought here. But the colors are almost identical. And I really love how these fit. So the pair that I had, it was a pair, like I said, of skinny jeans, and they were too big around my waist, so I had to give them an elastic. But then around the legs, they were too tight, so they pulled funny the whole time. And now they are so comfy. Just adding in that little bit over here has made such a difference. And I've paired them today with my balloon sleeve top and my hand knitted vest. And I really like this outfit. I feel it's so cool. And I had a hat on earlier, but I took it off because it got too hot. So those are the things that I finished this week. I have also been working. I've got a new cast on. So this is yarn that I spun myself. It's Jacob's, I think it was Jacob's fleece, a Jacob's fleece that I found in 2019 in a shop in St. Louis actually. And so I bought the fiber then and I spun it up and it's been traveling with me ever since. And I am knitting a shawl. So this yarn is quite, it's quite scratchy, but I'm sure, yeah, no, it will be fine for a shawl. And I only have this much. So I'm just going to knit until it's done, until the yarn is finished. And then what I'll do is I have some yarn that I spun with the same fleece, or same tops. And I will just do it gets like a ribbing finishing touch. But that one is a bit thicker than this one, but I'm sure it will still look okay. And then I can use this yarn. I love it. I love the process. I love that I've spun this yarn and that I'm now knitting it up. And that always makes me excited when I can do something from the start to the finish. Another thing I have done is I did some shopping. So I've looked at drawing up a cape pattern and it's actually really easy. You take your basic jacket and you just add on the shoulders and stuff. But I have an approach of if you don't have to invent the wheel, then don't. So Simplicity, I had a pattern sale and this is the pattern that I found. It's Simplicity 8263. Now I think I'm going to do view B. So it's very basic, but I love that it actually isn't like just this half circle, because often the capes that I found has a half circle and this one isn't. It has like the set in pieces in the front where your hands come through, and I will just give it pockets and change it a little bit. But I think a cape I will wear more than a coat, because I find coats quite restrictive, and I've thought about what I've used in the past, and I've had a cape like coat that was basically like a cape, but it just had buttons down the side, and I love that thing. I actually wore it to pieces. And then I also had like a swing coat, so that was the other option, to make a swing coat, but I've in the end decided I am going with this. I like this better. So I also bought a piece of fabric. This is, I can't remember what you call it, but it's like waterproof, and at Joann's they had it on sale for $6 a yard, which I thought, or was it 4? I think it was 4 or 6. So anyway, I have this pattern. It's Simplicity S9713 and view B. I have loved it since I saw it the first time, and I want to make that view B a raincoat for me. and I bought 4 yards of this. And then I found this cotton. They say it's a crafter's cotton, but I'm sure it will work if I just wash it. It will be nice for the lining. And so this is this specific I cannot really find in South Africa, so I bought it. I will not, most likely not make it now. I will only make it by next year. But I am going in the next few months back to South Africa, and I thought, let me get this fabric while it's on sale, and then I have it ready for when I want to make a raincoat. I love that I am slowly getting my stuff done. The last video I posted, I showed you all the whips that I finished, and there was quite a lot of knitting whips. And I am working on videos for some of the different things that I finished, and I hope to post them soon. But I am also happy that I'm busy getting to things that has been laying around for a few months now, like the things for my friend. There's quite a few things I have to make her, and I've just not had the inclination up until now to do much sewing. The sewing I did would be basic or quick, and then I would just lose interest. But I can feel my sewing mojo returning, and I can feel I'm ready to start getting going again and get my friend's tops done and work on the things that I have cut out for me, and I'm really excited about that. So with finishing my so many whips, I said I'm allowed to buy new yarn if I finish the whip. But it's not about the new yarn, it's actually about a pattern. There's this pattern. I have literally been dreaming about it since last year when I did my autumn plans. I've showed you that pattern. I think I showed it to you again this year with my autumn plans. And I didn't have the right thickness of yarn to make it, but I did have the right colors. So I'm really trying not to keep on buying yarn. And also, I find that if the yarn is too thick and too heavy, then it's too warm. Then I don't get so much wear out of it than I would when it's a thinner yarn. So I have this beautiful set. This is the pattern. It's called Sweater Autumn. Design is yarn knit, and you're supposed to do it in a love for slopey. So that's like bit thicker than DK, and this is the pattern. Isn't it just exquisite? So anyway, I've been dreaming about this pattern, like I said, since last year autumn plans. And I thought I'll order the yarn because I found that Drops have a similar one type of yarn like this. But I already have this yarn. It's a Shetland yarn. And so I knitted up a sample to see if it works. And I had to like adapt it a little bit and change the maps. But it actually knits up beautifully. And if it's thinner, I'm going to wear it more. So I've decided I've got the yarn for a sweater. It's almost like a spin cycle yarn, but I found it online in England still. It feels like Shetland, and it feels like the spin cycle or Jameson yarn, but it was like almost like a no-name brand. So anyway, I bought it at that stage in cones, and I'm really happy that I did because it is so nice. And I can see myself wearing this a lot. I actually knitted a scallop hem jersey last year out of the orange color, just holding the yarn double. And I didn't want to knit in this because it's so thin, but it actually knits up really quickly. And so I've decided I am going to do the sleeves and then knit the body and make this into the jersey of my dreams. And so that's all the things that I'm working on, and I'm really excited. Let me just put this needle down before I poke my eye out or something. So I'm really excited to work on all these different things and get things done and ready and just sort out my life. So I'm actually really excited about where my life is going. It's been quite a process. The last year and a half has been amazing and hectic and overwhelming and all the feels that you can feel. And I'm still not exactly sure that everything is going to work out the way I want to, but I am trusting the process. And so what I've realized is I was living in a place of overwhelm for basically the last year and a half. And I've tried to keep going and do everything and be productive and still work online for a company and still do all the things that I do. And it just got so overwhelming by basically 2 months ago that I kind of shut down. And I won't say it was a depression, but it was just that feeling of overwhelm And so instead of doing anything, I would do my work in the mornings and then get on my bicycle and go cycle and just go and explore, because that was the only thing I felt like I was in control of. And even sewing wise, I didn't feel in control, because I would sit down and then that feeling of overwhelm would just wash over me, and then I can't sew any longer and I have to go and do something else. So it was either go and cycle or doom scrolling, and doom scrolling makes me really depressed. So I had to put a stop to that very quickly. But what I'm realizing is that I've been seeing quite a few people talking about this, and there's a place where we push ourselves to a point where we actually are past being able to cope with what's going on in our lives. I've actually just this morning watched a video by Polly Sews. Oh, she's such a lovely lady. So this morning I came across her where she said some honest talk and a new project. And what was interesting, she spoke about how she's always dealt with a low grade of depression and how it affects her day-to-day life. And I was just listening to that, and I realized that on YouTube we sometimes have this thing of keeping a certain appearance and doing certain things and having this happy place or whatever you're trying to create with your channel, and not really being real. You're real enough, but you also, you don't talk about the times when it's not so easy and when it is hard. And I just realized that I've been struggling lately, and I haven't really been open about it because I feel like it's my problem and I don't want to affect anybody else or upset anybody else, because most people have problems and most people are overwhelmed. And so today I'm just touching on this, because one of the things that I've studied and that I work in is as a life coach and as a counselor. And I see so many people who get to this place where they feel like they cannot continue, or they just feel so overwhelmed. And basically it's a case that your brain is trying to cope with everything that is going on. So one of the things that help with that is to just write down all the things you fear or worry about, because that gives your brain the permission to let it go. And then to reconnect with your goals and the things that you want to achieve. So with goals, the biggest thing is to feel the emotion that goes with that goal. And I realized that I've actually cut my emotions away from my visions and my dreams and my goals, basically. And one of my goals is to enjoy this time, because it's literally a time of grace for me before I get into the next stage of my life. I've totally separated my emotions from it. So the goal was not real for my brain anymore. So your brain, to connect with the goal, needs to feel the emotion. It needs to feel the excitement, the love, the joy, the feeling of anything is possible. And if your brain doesn't feel that, it will not connect with that goal. And then you are basically just writing stuff down. And so in this last few days, or basically last week, I've really been allowing myself to reconnect with my goals and to just allow my whole being to settle into this place. So the reality of the place I'm in, it is not settled. It is overwhelming some days. It is all of those things. But through it all, there is so much joy and so many things that's so amazing. And so for me, I've just realized, like, take what I have and appreciate it. So like this yarn, I have this yarn. I don't have to buy more yarn. Yes, I don't need to adapt the pattern, but I can make it work and I can get what I want. And like that same process is, I have tools to that I can use, but I thought I needed other tools to get to where I want to be. And so this is just a little challenge for you to do a little self-audit and see where you are in life and see what is the things that you really want to achieve, and then assess what do you have already, what's the resources you have already, and how can you use those resources to achieve the things that you really want to go towards, your goals and your dreams. And yeah, I don't know what your dreams are and what your goals are, and I would love if you want to share, if you share some of it in the comments below. Also, if you just want to chat, you can DM me, or there is an email address on my link in my bio. Sometimes you just need to talk through certain things, and sometimes you just need someone to listen, and I'm a very good listener. So if you need to, you can contact me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate that. Or even just a thumbs up or a comment. All of those things help to get my videos out. And also, if you find this video helpful and you know somebody who would also do that, I would appreciate it if you share it. Thank you for spending time here, and thank you for just being such good friends over the last basically 2 years. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.